1990s, this ad campaign led by the California Milk Processing Board encouraged the nationwide consumption of milk. China ran a similar campaign in the 2000s, despite a historic distrust of dairy and high levels of lactose intolerance, hell-bent on encouraging people to drink more milk. Milk has truly become a global phenomenon, sold to children everywhere so they can grow big and strong. It seems like milk has always played a huge role in the human diet, but it wasn't until fairly recently, 10,000 years ago, that people started to drink milk after infancy. 10,000 years may seem like a long time, but humans have been around for at least 300,000 years. In the grand scheme of human evolution, milk is a brand new part of our diet, and since it's so new, humans haven't yet fully evolved to be able to process it, leading to lactose intolerance. Lactose is an enzyme. Lactase is an enzyme, a protein that helps jumpstart chemical reactions that helps us digest lactose. Lactose is a type of sugar molecule found in human and animal milk. Lactose intolerance occurs when the body stops producing lactase and is unable to properly break down the lactose and use it for energy, a condition affecting nearly 65% of the population according to the U.S. National Library of Medicine. Humans usually stop producing lactase by the age of 4. However, through the power of evolution, many Northern Europeans and Russians developed lactose intolerance. In lactose-intolerant people, lactase cuts lactose apart into simple sugars that are easier to digest. However, in those who are lactose intolerant, lactase is missing. So when lactose reaches the small intestines, it's too big to digest. Instead, bacteria start at work and produce copious amounts of gas, resulting in pain and discomfort. Unfortunately, for those who are lactose intolerant, lactose is pervasive in the food industry. From the whey used in processed foods to the staple favorites that we all love, trying to find products free of lactose can be a genuine challenge for those lactose intolerant people, especially when it comes to dairy. Despite this harsh reality, cheddar cheese and other aged cheeses are completely lactose-free. This is due to fermentation, the fermentation process. The same bacteria that breaks down lactose in the small intestines of those who are lactose intolerant begins fermenting the cheese before you eat it. When you add an acid to milk, it changes the milk's pH, or acidity level, and the proteins begin to clump together and separate to water and lactose. Once you squeeze the protein clumps with a cheesecloth and add salt to the bacteria, you have created cheese. However, being lactose-free is not true for all types of cheese. Many cheeses that don't ferment as long, like mozzarella or queso, still have lactose and thus wreak havoc on someone who is lactose intolerant. On the other hand, aged cheeses that are allowed to ferment are rid of lactose.
And go.
Today, we will be making cheese to demonstrate the process of removing lactose from milk. The basic method that this is done can be simply illustrated by taking milk and mixing it with something acidic, like lemon juice, which we have here. Once we pour in the lemon juice, we can begin to see some of the milk clump together. The more we let this rest, the more we can see the effects. The clumping we see is actually the proteins coming together, and water plus lactose separating from the proteins. The watery substance that we have left over is what we call whey, and it's almost all of the processed foods that help hold things together.
Bye.